Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today we are going to take a look at the inflatable cold plunge plus chiller from Warrior Willpower. Now I'll tell you guys up front that Warrior Willpower, they actually sent me out this chiller and their inflatable cold plunge to test out, but all thoughts and opinions are my own. So let's talk about Warrior Willpower. If you haven't heard of them, you've probably seen some of their advertisements online. And they are a company that's been around for a couple years now. They have been selling a lot of the different cold plunges with chillers, and they continue to add to their lineup. And I would say, if I had to say, they're probably like a mid-range company selling very good products at a very reasonable price. And so there's a lot of other companies out there that kind of come across as being more kind of high-end, selling, superior products. And I'll tell you guys, that's really just not the case. With Warrior Willpower, for instance, we have this chiller and their inflatable cold plunge, which nowadays seems to be what everybody is selling. Every single cold plunge company out there is selling something very similar to that. And you look at it and you can't help but say to yourself, are these things the same? And I gotta tell you guys, particularly when it comes to the inflatable cold plunges, yeah, they're all basically the same. Now, of course, quality control can vary, I'm sure, but ultimately, they're all made very similar. The Warrior Willpower, the inflatable cold plunge, it actually comes in one of these little travel totes right here. It comes with an inflatable pump, it comes with the chiller. This is a 1/2 horsepower chiller. It's pretty basic, but we're gonna test it and see how well it actually works. And of course, it comes with a pump and a filter as well. So let's go ahead and get this thing put together. I'll say this right off the bat, and this is one of the cons of these inflatable cold plunges, is that they come with these pumps right here. And man, it's a workout for your arms. I mean, I feel a little winded right now. So maybe you'll want a buddy when you put these things together. All right, now that's all inflated. Let me show you guys exactly how big this thing is. Now, as far as the length on here goes, it is about 58 inches by about 28 inches. And then as far as the walls, they're about 4 inches thick all the way around. And then the inner diameter or length on here is about 51. And right here, it's about 21 and a half as far as the width. And then the depth from the inside up is 24 inches. So this is a really good size. And I think if you're a little bit on the taller side, this XL tub right here is gonna work out really great for you. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and hop in. I am 5'10", guys, so this is gonna give you an idea of how much room you're gonna actually have inside of this thing. With my back against the very back here, with my legs straight out. Okay, right now my feet are touching the wall. I mean, they're flat against it, they're not squished. My shoulders, I mean, it's a little tight as far as the width here. I mean, I have to kind of bring my shoulders in a little bit. If you're looking to actually be able to like go underneath the water, you could easily do that. Get your shoulders up underneath. This is very doable for sure. Now we have the tub inflated and everything's ready to go. Let's go ahead and put together the chiller. This chiller is a 1/2 horsepower chiller. It's probably one of the most popular size chillers out there. Most people will go with the 1/2 horsepower. I think really because it provides the best combination of price to performance overall. This particular chiller right here, it works extremely well from what I've tested so far. It can definitely get down into the high 30s without much of a problem. I've noticed that it can do that within just 3 to 4 hours. It can drop the temperature about 20-25 degrees. Now again, unfortunately, this doesn't have any kind of built-in features like Wi-Fi, so you can't remotely set the temperature, turn it on and off. And if you are looking for a chiller that's a little bit more advanced, I mean, Warrior Willpower, they do sell those all-in-one chillers that have all the features like ozone, UV, and Wi-Fi built in. So if you are looking for something more advanced, they have those. Go ahead and take a look at those. They're still actually underpriced compared to a lot of these other companies out there. If you look right here, these are all the accessories. So this is the water pump right there. This is the sediment filter. It comes with 1/2-inch hosing right there. It comes with all the barbs and the fittings right there. A few extra, we have tape, some other things there. Also comes with a repair kit and then just some extra fittings right there. At this point I have everything set up. Now a few notes on this. As you can see, the hose is going to the sediment filter, then the hose from there is going to the pump. That hose goes into one side and then the larger hose of course comes back here and goes to the other side. By looking at it, you can see that the hoses are pretty long. Guys, you can cut these hoses down to any size that you need. Test fit everything and then cut afterwards as soon as you see that everything, just to see how everything fits. And I think that's everything we have to do as far as setup. Let's go ahead and get the hose and fill this thing up with water. The water right now, before we turn on the chiller, is 70 degrees, and then that's how warm the water is coming out of the hose. So I'm going to turn on the chiller, and I'm going to set it to 50 degrees. We'll see how long it actually takes to get to 50, and then if it doesn't take too long, we'll just let it keep running, and we'll see how cold it can actually get. Now, I'm not really sure if you guys can hear this, but I want to kind of give you a sample of how loud the chiller is when it's running. It's definitely not extremely loud, but it's loud enough. It kind of sounds like an outdoor AC unit. So if you're planning on doing this while you're cold plunging and you want some to relax, then just kind of keep that in mind. Now at $17.50, you might be asking yourself, I mean, how does this combination right here compare to something that's about twice as much? That seems pretty close. Now I got to tell you guys, I don't see a whole lot of difference. Now I already told you about the chiller, how it's not quite as advanced. It is a 1/2 horsepower chiller. No Wi-Fi, no built-in UV, no ozone. Okay, that's fine, but it works incredibly well. The inflatable cold plunge, on the other hand, I mean, the stitching and everything else, it looks identical to all these other companies selling these products. There's really no difference. And so, you know, why are you paying this huge premium for all these other cold plunges? That's the question. And so would I say that this is worth it? Well, I'm going to leave that up to you whether or not it's worth it. However, I can say for the money, this is a much better value than a lot of these other companies. All right, so that pretty much sums it up for this video. Now, if you guys have any questions or comments about the Warrior Willpower chiller plus the cold plunge, by all means, let me know. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I do make them so that you can have just a better idea as to what you might be potentially buying. If you do want to save yourself $200 on anything from Warrior Willpower, go ahead and use the promo code listed down below. That'll save you a little bit of money on this equipment. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next video.